Okay, so we have watercolor brushes here, and then I'm using this one, the second one.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is make the brush bigger, and then color pick from your reference, and then start applying strokes.
What about the greenery areas? You just go over that with blue anyway?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna color pick again and gonna try to make shadows.
So which one did you color pick? Like a grey?
A brown.
A brown.
But you don't have to do brown, you can also use like a green. Also, in fact, it is green. Okay.
Can you do a little bit on the white so we can see the actual colour?
Yeah.
It's like a very grey, green.
Alright, so what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna make a new layer. Use the lasso tool, and then I'm gonna scribble. Just more scribbles and go in. Pick my color. And then again pick a darker color. Okay, so now I'm gonna paint the branch. In a different layer. Color pick brown color. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase it to show the light coming through.
Hi.
Hello. And then erase this area again.
This looks so nice. Come sit.
No.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm recording anyway.
And then with my lasso tool, I'm gonna make another shade. This is just adding shadows.
How did you add the shadow? Sorry, you lassoed it.
So I was using lasso tool,
Mm-hmm.
and because the brush is on multiply mode from here, right? There's multiply. So what multiply does is it just automatically like makes your color darker.
Ah.
It basically multiplies the shade again.
Yeah. So what I do? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new layer. Go in my pencil brush. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the outlines. So now we really need to see the art style over here. So if you see that, we have darker and thinner lines. So let's try. We see that we don't have definite shapes of leaves, so we're just going to same goes right here. And then when we hide our rock, it's going to start looking like that. And now what I'm going to do is with my eraser, I'm just going to erase to add highlights. Because in watercolors, anything that's highlighted is usually white. You don't paint that in it.
Wow. How did it looks amazing. How did you know what the colors would be for like the let me point it out here. There. Like how did you get that pinky purple?
Oh, I just randomly applied it. So what I usually do is whenever I have to do something darker, like you see over here. Yeah, over in this picture. If you look closely, it's pink and purple.
Ah,
instead
yeah.
Of brown.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing over here. I painted all of this in purple. But it looks brown in the end.
Yeah, especially since that's even like it's a photo that's been, or two photos that have been stitched together.
Yeah. And even here, oh my god. Over here, we do have violets, dark purples, and magendas instead of browns. And if you use brown and blue for shadows, it makes your painting more alive.
I think there's also a rule that you never use black.
Yeah.
Never use black.
Dark, yeah.
Also, over even here, I'm using purple as shadows. And one more thing. So, for this art style, we need to focus on the foreground, middle ground, and this is potentially our background. So in this background, we don't see more of the forest because they're just focusing on the things that are in front. And as you go back, the things start disappearing. So like in this picture, and this one. So I did make these trees over here, but I didn't outline them because that's not our art style. They don't outline the trees that are very in the background. So yeah, just keeping small things in mind and just keep looking at your reference. Keep erasing stuff.
Keep erasing
Yeah,
stuff.
that's basically how you're gonna have like light in your painting.
You know, for someone who hates this style of art, like,
I
you
know.
are incredibly good at
I
it.
still like this film. I love the art style.
I mean, you have to focus for the film.
Yeah.
I've only reached till this scene. How far?
Mm.
I've started watching it, but I'm still at this.
You need to
scene.
watch
It
it.
took me
It's,
like 5 sittings to complete this film.
it's so good though. Sorry, I'm being too loud.
It's like
No, I feel like we're Asians and this is too close to home because of how.
but also
parents
I
react.
feel it's really slow.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
And the way the dad doesn't understand anything,
Yeah.
and then suddenly he's like, "Oh, I understand my daughter," and he's crying, and then it's too late.
So you just don't like the story, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't like the story, but I love the film a lot. The art director.
I think the story was good. It was just like it was just so confusing and sad like at the very end. It was almost that feeling like you don't know how to feel whether you should be sad or you know, it's confusing.
I loved it. So, whatever. Okay, that's enough filming. More behind the scenes on how to do things by Izza.
So right now I have a brush.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you want to erase something quickly, you press E,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turns into an eraser. And it's gonna erase
Oh, all right. E for eraser.
it. Yeah, B for brush, E for eraser.
Okay.
And then what next? L for lasso tool.
L for lasso tool. Okay.
Yeah. And what you want to do is, so like when you're drawing leaves,
Mm-hmm.
you want to do a lot of them quickly, right?
Mhm.
But when you draw one shape, you go on next and it's gonna disappear, like the previous one's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
That's because this option is on.
Or the square.
Yeah. So if you
What
do
does that
double
mean?
squares,
Does the square mean stop?
no. So like if you do, like if you have one square selected, it's gonna make only one shape. If
Okay.
you have double squares selected, you're gonna be able to make as many shapes as you want.
Oh.
And then you go in and just paint leaves.
That's so cool.
And then press Control D.
Control D.
Select it.
Ah.
Control Z is for undo. What else do we have? Yeah, I think that's it.
I bet there's like 100 other things you're not telling me, but
No.
it's only in the
So.
it's only in the mood that you tell me. No, thank you for the lesson, Master Izza. Thank you, teacher.